So the umbrella effect, like Professor Feynman, one of the founders of the quantum physics, nanotechnology, he speak about the umbrella effect in the 60s. And the umbrella effect is very, very powerful. That's important to do grounding in a daily basis. And we start to try it with my wife and these 3 or 4 initial EHS people. If they can increase the amount of time doing grounding every day, it will get a relief from the signs and symptoms. It was true. But they still receive headaches, they still receive pain, especially from Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and 4G. So the umbrella effect is very powerful because it increases the biofield, strengthens your biofield. And it's one of the things that you can do. So adopting healthy habits is key to fortifying your biofield. But remember, these alone are not sufficient to guard against influence of EMF. So you can use airplane mode in your phone, that's good, and other devices during the night. Disconnect TVs and other devices in the bedroom before sleeping, that's good. You are reducing the amount of bubbles that you are close by in near field exposure. Avoid close contact with microwave, of course. Spend at least 20 minutes a day grounding yourself. Get at least 20 minutes of natural sunlight exposure per day. That will reset your system. And there is several studies around this, and now in PubMed, you can find around hundreds of studies and research papers around actually sky gazing, how it's resetting your brain in their interaction, because the most powerful microwave radiation is from the microbiomes, and the most powerful electromagnetic radiation that we're exposed is from sun. In magnitudes, in order of magnitudes, is thousands of times higher. So we need to keep in mind that, but we need to understand so that they somehow work as a macronutrient, like the earth. It's a very powerful antioxidant defense system. Is going to build up, taking the electrons from earth. But the problem with EMF pollution nowadays, 5G and 6G, electrosmog. I know about 6G, I have to go to get a special training to be certified as a specialist in 6G to understand the architecture of 6G. I did the same in 2015 to understand the 5G architecture, and it's crazy what is coming, but we need to understand it. And I'm not going to spend so much time on this, but I need to give you the principles and you can relate. My focus today, I'm going to run through several slides to give you the feeling and the criteria that you can use to do the correct actions in your daily life and what we can do. So, what is the problem from radiation? This is the first paper that came out after 15 years of research. The polarization, a key difference between man-made and natural electromagnetic fields in regard to biological activity. Now it's well established. Actually, last year I received the pre-publication, and now it's totally available, 500 pages published by Panagopoulos and a couple of 200 scientists. They published a very complete encyclopedia about the process and the mechanisms that are involved to this polarization. Because, for instance, PMF is super powerful, super good. We already knew about PMF today, yesterday. So if PMF is using, for instance, 20,000 milligauss, and you are exposed to 20 milligauss from your cell phone, how your cell phone is affecting your life if the 20,000 milligauss of PMF therapy is helping you. The reason is this: the polarization that happens in telecommunication to modulate waves to put information in the way we do it. So when you start to understand this, you understand that the real problem is in the core. In the polarization, what it's doing actually is changing the way our electrons are like a battery, are reacting to electromagnetic field, external electromagnetic field. So the spin of the electrons that are the main core of what we call the angular momentum, in the magnetic, the quantum behavior of the electrons in the whole system, this spin react to external electromagnetic fields. That's the way we can make an MRI. That's the reason that the PMF therapy works, because we will put the spins to resonate in a specific frequency to these external electromagnetic fields. But the problem with these sources from artificial sources, from telecommunications, and especially for alternated current, is putting our electrons in phase with a polarized modulated waves, changing the way our cell's polarity works.